Hey, this is Grindelwald.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken. Rise Awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
I asked them to keep it kind of light since we have a full show. Do you think they listened? No. It's almost like asking a child to stop doing that, and then they just continue doing it more. But no, these are great. So we're going to start off with, and I hope that we're not getting any glare because I can't see it. Insight. Humans have the extraordinary ability to overcomplicate things and finding the answer to, why am I here? We've all come with the same ability to gaslight ourselves based on what we hear and are taught as we're growing up. When the real answer is so much more simple, to be light, love, and grow into the authentic person we were meant to be, to get along with another human, show compassion, and step into the power that we were gifted when we took our first breath. It's not written in the stars. It's written in the way we develop. Maybe we're here to clean up old karma from past lives. Maybe we're here to help set things straight and play our small roles in that for all of humanity. No matter the actual size of things, the one thing that is absolute, you. So take comfort in the ease of insight when it is allowed to flow through without the noise. And then we have free from perfectionism. You are perfect just the way you are. Sure, we want to look a certain way and get upset when we can't. Sure, we want to be the smartest in the room or the most creative. But what talents do you have that others don't that make you imperfectly perfect? You're being called to be flexible, make mistakes, welcome the missteps you're going to take. Don't be afraid of failure. There's actual perfection in things going wrong because they are opportunities to be able to learn who you are and find your way. Besides, perfection is actually a human construct that doesn't actually exist, but you do. And that's perfect. Then we have meditation. Whether it's guided by a guru, assisted by a recording, quiet time outside as you start your day, or simply stepping away to calm down, meditation can be helpful to find the guidance that lies within you. When your mind is busy and noisy, it's hard to find quiet to listen to what's within. But if you give yourself space, then you'll be able to find it more easily. A quiet mind, the place in between thought, is where the wisdom really lies. So slow down, find peace, and allow it to emerge when you need it. Then imagination. This is the perfect, or is it, follow-up for meditation, because imagination is where dreams are born. It's also where true wisdom is realized. We have a thought. It comes forward. We begin to paint a picture in our mind of how it looks. And then it begins to seep into our reality, the building block to our experiences in life, and a realization that nothing that we have in our world was not created without it being imagined first. From the chairs we sit in, the forks we use to eat, the greeting cards we send, or even the weapons of destruction. Put that last one in on purpose, because while our imagination can bring for the light and love we need in our world, so too can it bring the opposite. How you choose to use your imagination in your life and what you do with it lies in your hands. Then we recognize manipulation. A tough one for far too many. Because far too often, we don't see it for what it is, or misplace it onto someone who is just trying to be there for you. We also don't always realize that we're trying to manipulate someone else so we can get what we want. It can be done innocently, actually. If you feel the need to be constantly validated for what you've been through, you could actually be manipulating people to believe you. It's easier that way. Truth. Trust that this is known. Living authentically and accepting accountability for our part is truly difficult, even if that just means that your part is the inability to forgive, especially yourself. So be who you are. There's no one on this planet that is like you. You cannot be another person. You can try to imitate them as your driving force to succeed, but you cannot now nor ever be them. And you cannot be someone else you cannot be who someone else wants you to be. And if this is the case in your life, whether they're trying to mold you or them, or you them, then it's high time to take a new look at what's going on. May not mean a departure from them, but certainly does mean that it's time for a review. Lust for life. Remember how things were when you were a child and you had a zest in your step? Maybe not. We are aware that there are those who did not learn what it was like to actually live as an innocent and free child. But regardless of all that, this isn't therapy where it's finding the source of pain. It's finding the zest that either once was or was missing again. So you can enjoy life more, with wonder, more zeal, and passion. Of course, we all need maturity in our decisions, but fucking live, okay? You matter. And you deserve to have the ability to have a lust for life. Wild and happy. It's an echoing of what was just said. Be wild and happy without reason or expectation. Be spontaneous and free, even if only for a moment to recharge your spirit. We all need it once in a while. And finally, desire and reality. And this is where it all comes crashing down around us, where we move away from the meditation, the imagination, the lust for life, the freedom, because reality gets in the way. But don't let it linger too much, at least not in the way you might be thinking. All of the things the cards have brought to you today are reminders of how you can actually achieve what it is you want. It's not going to be handed to you, and you have to really want it to get it. So get to it. The world needs whatever small or large role you play in it. It needs you more than you need that 7 figures. That's just a helpful bonus. We're back.
Play musical chairs again.
Because she got to give a message.
My turn. All right, my lovelies. Let us get started for today. All right. We are starting off tonight with the 8 of Swords. You are feeling mentally trapped or restricted in love. Like you can't see, wait a second. Yes, like you can't see a way forward. This is more about fear and overthinking than it is actual limitation. Challenge the story you're telling yourself. You're not stuck, you're scared. Take at least one small step towards clarity. All right, in the challenge position, we have the 2 of Cups reversed. There's a disconnect or an imbalance in your partnership. Mixed feelings, miscommunication, or one-sided effort. Stop guessing what the other person feels. Direct communication is needed, or a clean break may be necessary if the connection is too draining. All right, next up, we have Temperance in reverse. Things have been out of balance for a while. Too much compromise from one side, not enough emotional regulation, or extremes in behavior. It's time to recenter. Reclaim your peace. Don't pour from an empty cup trying to fix the dynamic. I promise you it isn't fixable anyway. Not by you. All right, next up, in the past, the 9 of Swords. You've been through serious anxiety, heartbreak, or sleepless nights over this situation. Pain has shaped the way you're approaching love now. Don't let past wounds dictate your present choices. You survived it. Don't relive it. All right. Your goal. Your focus is the 7 of Swords. You're focused on finding the truth or protecting yourself. There's a fear of being lied to, betrayed, or deceived. Listen to your intuition, but don't assume the worst without evidence. Seek clarity, but don't let yourself get paranoid. In the near future, the Tower reversed. A shakeup is coming, but it's more like a controlled demolition than a catastrophic collapse. Something unstable must be released. Don't cling to what's crumbling. Allow change. This is your chance to rebuild smarter. All right. Next up in This Is You currently. You're avoiding, this is Two of Swords. You're avoiding making a decision or facing the truth. You're stuck between your head and your heart. Choose clarity over comfort, or a decision avoided may just become a decision made for you. Next up, we have the Three of Wands. Someone around you, or the universe as a whole, is pushing you toward expansion and forward motion because there are better opportunities on the horizon. Look ahead, not back. Love grows when you allow new possibilities in. All right. Your hopes and fears, the Ten of Pentacles. You want long-term stability, commitment, and a future you can trust, but you fear it's out of reach. Believe that you deserve the long term. Don't settle for situations that can't deliver the security you want. And your outcome, the Six of Swords. You're moving on to calmer, healthier emotional space, whether with someone new or simply within yourself. This is healing, transition, and peace. Let the past stay in the past where it belongs. You're heading toward a much smoother chapter. Don't sabotage it by looking back. You're over the trapped in your own head like the Eight of Swords is. Wait a second. Let me start that over. You're over here trapped in your own head like the Eight of Swords is a vacation home, when all you have to do is take off the blindfold and see that you have the ability to walk out of that. This connection is not giving you what it was supposed to give. And balance left the relationship several emotional breakdowns ago, if it ever existed at all. And balance, okay, you've cried, worried, replayed scenarios, and lost sleep. And now you're tiptoeing around because the trust is shaky at best. The universe is trying to help you do a soft breakup from the chaos, but you keep hitting the pause button. And if you don't stop, you're going to get a hard lesson in the fact that this ending is coming. Like it or not, it's coming. When you know deep in your soul that something isn't how it should be, walk away on your terms. Because if you don't, the universe will find a way to end it for you, and it won't be nearly as pleasant. You have to stop avoiding decisions because the universe is trying to tell you that there are better options out there. Your heart wants that 10 of Pentacles, happily ever after, solid, stable, home-cooked love kind of forever. It's time to pack your emotional bags and head somewhere much calmer. And no, you're not allowed to text the past while you're on the road. You're not losing love. I know it feels like it, but you're not. You're leveling up from unnecessary chaos to an actual peace. Let it happen. Please allow it to happen. I'm just going to say the end this time instead of that is all.
Oh, and she just plopped back in the seat right in time.
Well,
Oh, I didn't unmute you. Hold on. Sorry. You have muted yourself.
Okay, I did. I'm sorry. Everyone was being loud here.
That's okay. Is a little personal. And I might cry again. Just so you're warned. Because I heard something today. Yesterday is over. These are the words I heard that struck my spirit as I was watching an episode of NCIS, honoring the falling of one of their greatest assets, Dr. Mallard. And it hit me. This is what it's all about. When I teach, where I'm going with my calling, to help people realize that yesterday is over. It can't be brought back no matter how hard we try. But far too often we get stuck in the stories of what we no longer have, instead of using those stories to push us forward. I became painfully aware of this as the words written by Kim Holcomb hit my spirit. The stories of my heart and spirit that haunt and hurt. The loneliness felt by decisions made. The emptiness of where I am right now. Living only in a virtual world to the point that when someone enters my house, my mind has to remove the phone screen from framing their face so that I can interact with them in real time, in real presence. Brings up all the decisions made over the course of my life that led me to this point. Questioning what I did wrong to be left so physically alone. And gaslighting because reasons keep coming up that prevent me from more active in the physical world. Oh, the gaslighting in my mind that goes on. Sounds terrible, I know. And good grief, Brendel, get over it already. But that's the point. We tell ourselves stories all the time about why we do things or why we feel a certain way. But yesterday is over. Now only exists, and tomorrow isn't promised. In the song you're about to hear, you're going to hear the lies that our mind can create when we are trapped in a situation where we can only look at what we don't have. Love doesn't go unseen. It just feels that way. Especially when we're caught up in the existence of yesterday. If you relate at all to what you're about to hear, it's time to change the stories that play back. Because there are good memories in there as well. Ones that get shadowed over because of the pain that can be felt when we latch on to that feeling. We can live in yesterday or realize it's over. We can play the syndication of shattered dreams in our mind over and over. Or realize that's all they are at this point. And rewrite the story each moment of each.
If I don't make you cry. Kim, this talk was planned, but now it's for you and a lot of other people. For those of you who did not see it, please take a look at the video that I posted the other day after I finished Illuminate. It's on my YouTube, Lunaria555. Or it's on iHeart and all those things too. It's the after show special or something I called it. But I want you to watch it, especially you, Kim, because that song completely expresses the way I was feeling for years, actually, but most especially for the past few months until the other day. I was in the middle of the show and the reading finally hit me. And I had been talking to Micah before the show about I was sick of how the same reading was coming up every week and I didn't understand why and I couldn't figure it out. And in the middle of the show, it hit me that it was because it was talking to me. Because I have been carrying all this pain, all this past, all this guilt, all this frustration, feeling like I was unlovable, feeling like I was never going to find happiness. All of this stuff has just been going through me. And then things from the past coming up and just bombarding my head with everything, just making me feel so heavy. And I sat there in the middle of the reading and I went, oh my God, it's me that has to let go. And I did. I let it go. I let it all go. And afterwards, I felt this huge relief. Huge relief. I watch the video, you'll see what I went through. But part of that is something that when you're so stressed and you're so anxious and you're so in a place where you're always walking on eggshells, where you don't know how somebody's going to respond. You don't know they come home from work, what mood they're going to be. You don't know what your family's going to be dealing with when you show up for Thanksgiving and you got this and that and everything else. Or you don't even have anybody at Thanksgiving. All this stuff that's on your brain constantly keeps you in that fight or flight mode all the time. Do you know, remember have you ever been almost in a car accident? I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but when you're ever to slam on the brakes, I get this tingle that goes up my arms and just like this, That's what I describe as that fight or flight. Think about being in that all the time. The amount of cortisol that builds up in you, and the amount of stress and tension that puts on your body, on your mind, on your spirit, everything. I honestly think that my feelings the other day were that release of that stuff. That cortisol, that pain, that everything that's been bombarding me for so long had me feeling physically horrible. And since then, it's gone. Sure, not everything's perfect. I'm still letting things go. I'm still thinking about things. I still got to deal with stuff. But now I can look at it and go, oh, it'll feel better. I can let this go too. If I remember something else, I can let this go too. I can say I'm sorry to the people I need to say I'm sorry to, and I can forgive myself, and I can move on. Because like Micah said, yesterday's gone. It's not coming back. So let those things that happened yesterday go. What's happening now is all that matters. So deal with the now. And let that other stuff go so that you can finally relax. And instead of manifesting, I need a new car, I need a new place to live, I don't have enough food, I don't have the right person in my life, manifest happiness. Manifest the peace that comes with being happy with yourself. Because then none of that other stuff matters. They're not going to change the fact that you're already happy. Become happy with you. You can do it. I promise you, you can do it. And that is all I have.